Various odd jobs. I mentioned in my introduction you were the DJ at the Bel Air at Bushy. Now that must have been a hell of a job. That.
It was, yes. I was a DJ. It was my first. I think my first performances consisted of. Well, I had to say this every night just before, because basically it was a dinner dance restaurant. It was very, very hip, you know, dinner dance, and I was allowed to play the occasional. Vaguely disco-y record in between 17 requests for the birdie dance, you know, and I had to just when people had finished it, when it was kind of winding down the kind of dinner thing. If you'd never been there before, you didn't know there was a DJ because I was stuck behind a big post pillar thing. You weren't supposed to see me, which obviously did wonders for my confidence as well. And every night I would have to say, "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed your meal. Welcome to the Bel Air restaurant. We hope you'll partake of a little dancing after." It was so awful, so awful. And my hands used to get clammy and sweaty every night before I had to do this because I knew that the moment I stopped talking, all the restaurant noises, all the clinking of glasses, all the cutlery, everything would just go zoom. Because everyone would be like, "Where's that coming from?" It was every night, it was the same thing, and I was absolutely hopeless at it. I've no idea how I'm able, or was it almost immediately able, to sing to thousands and thousands of people when I literally just used to shudder at the thought of talking to these few dinner dance people.
Was your earliest attempts at performing musically, was it busking, wasn't it? That was the...
Yeah, well, earliest, I think I was in a few Cub Scout gang shows,
yes.
You know, the way.
But serious stuff, I'm
but
talking
about. Yeah, the first time I really was kind of taking myself seriously, I guess, yeah, it was busking. I and a friend who's here tonight, actually, David. We used to, a couple of old fans from the 80s there, Dave. Well, we used to on Fridays. My parents thought I was at school, but on Fridays, every Friday, David and I would go up to town. And because I lived out in Hertfordshire, and we'd come up to London, and we'd busk all day, and with the money that we made from the busking, we'd go back to David's house, change into our kind of new romantic-y gear at the time. Sorry, and then go to a club that night. That was a ritual every Friday, and. We used to, I mean, some amazing things happened when I was busking. I mean, we were actually pretty good. We just got crap money because to get good money, you had to arrive at these certain pitches that the police would leave alone. But to have those pitches, you had to be there at like 5:30 in the morning, which was way beyond the call of duty for me, even at 15. So we never used to make any real money, but so the little money that we had, half the time, people would nick off us, or I'd get bullied or something. There was one time a skinhead wearing this skinhead, huge guy, wearing a bright red Fred Perry jumper, came charging down this escalator, and there's no one else in the station, and there's me and David singing, like, you know, Hey Jude. And he comes charging down, he goes, "Give us your jumper!" And I'm like, "Oh, this is my best jumper. Give us your..." And eventually, so I'm standing there, taking off my best jumper, thinking, this is so humiliating. I'm thinking, "Dave, hit him with your guitar, hit him with your guitar." And eventually I have to swap it, and he gives me this red Fred Perry jumper, which is like 3 sizes too big for me, and obviously is what the police would recognise if they could see him, you know. So I've got this red jumper, and it's freezing cold, so I had to wear it. I'm wearing it at home with David laughing his head off at me all the way home on the tube, and me sitting there going, "I quite like it, actually." Very proud, even then I was.